André Santos turns down Saudi Arabia for Brazil. Garnacho shocked by training at Chelsea. Carlo Ancelotti praises Estevao Willian. Nicholas Jackson willing to take a pay cut to play for Bayern. Troy Deeney doubts Garnacho's success at Chelsea. James provides a perfect cross for Declan Rice for the second goal.
Don't miss today's 12 biggest Chelsea stories. So if you're a true Chelsea fan, subscribe now so you don't miss a single news story from Stamford Bridge. If I reach 100 likes, I'll give you 15, 20, or even 30 news stories, because liking this video makes me even more motivated to bring you as much news as possible and as interesting as possible.
Bro, Alejandro Garnacho has only been with Chelsea for a day and is already undergoing shock therapy. In his first training session, he was saying gasping for air, even sitting on the floor and saying, "Oh my gosh, my legs can't move anymore, man." And you know Wesley Fofana's reaction? Relaxed, but very witty. "Welcome to Chelsea Football Club, eh?"
Welcome to Chelsea Football Club, eh?
Wow, the message is clear, bro. At Stamford Bridge, you have to work hard every day if you want to shine. Moreover, Garnacho will face stiff competition from top-class players, Jamie Gittins, Pedro Neto, and even wonder kid Estevao. Not to mention Cole Palmer behind him in the in-form, albeit currently injured, strike duo of João Pedro and Liam Delap. So, Garnacho can't afford to relax if he wants to become the Blues' new star. So what do you think? Can Garnacho be an instant success at Chelsea, or will he sink like he did at Manchester United?
Bro, this news is absolutely crazy. Chelsea has apparently received a crazy offer for André Santos from Saudi Arabian club Al Qudiyah. Did you know they're ready to splash out £60 million plus 5 times his salary in London? Imagine, at just 21, he's already a star in Saudi Arabia. But Santos immediately rejected the offer without thinking twice. He said, "My dream is to win the World Cup with Brazil. Playing in the Premier League gives me a better chance than moving to Saudi Arabia." Respect, he's still young, but his mind is already mature. Chelsea are also definitely happy because Enzo Maresca is ready to give him more playing time this season. So the question is, if you were Santos, would you choose 5 times the money in Saudi Arabia or stay at Chelsea for the World Cup?
Bro, have you heard? Malik Fofana, the young Belgian winger on the rise at Lyon, has finally spoken out. He said Chelsea and Liverpool were actually chasing him in the last transfer window. L'Equipe even reported that the two clubs had been in direct contact, and Chelsea saw Fofana as a cheap option if they failed to lend Jamie Gittins. Well, in the end, Maresca still chose Gittins, while Liverpool also slowly backed away. Fofana himself admitted there was interest from them, but it wasn't concrete enough. "I'm thinking about a transfer, but right now the most important thing is to play a lot at Lyon." With a contract until 2028 and a €50 million price tag, it's clearly making the English club think twice, especially since Fofana has a big target, being a starter for Belgium at the next World Cup. My question? Will Chelsea regret wasting this opportunity? Or is it simply not yet time for Fofana to move to the Premier League?
Crazy, bro. Estevao Williams, only 18, but he's already causing a stir at the Maracanã. In Brazil's match against Chile, the Chelsea wonder kid scored his debut goal with a stunning bicycle kick. Carlo Ancelotti immediately gave him a thumbs up. He has incredible potential. He can help the team even more. Wow, getting praise from a world-class coach is no joke, bro. FotMap gave Estevao a 7.8 rating. He was one of the standout players on the pitch. Meanwhile, André Santos also put in a great performance. Enzo Maresca even said Estevao would be a future star for Chelsea. So the question is, do you think, will Estevao be the new Neymar in the Premier League?
Crazy, bro! Chelsea really hasn't given up on signing Fermin Lopez from Barcelona. Fabrizio Romano admitted that the Blues are still keeping their eyes on the 22-year-old midfielder, even though their €40 million offer was rejected outright yesterday. The problem is, Barca has set a much higher price, and Hansi Flick has made it clear
Firmin is in their main plans this season. Moreover, the player himself has stated firmly that he has no intention of leaving last summer. But, you know Chelsea, right? They never give up easily. The club previously failed to secure Xavi Simons, ultimately only being able to bring in Facundo Buonanotte as a temporary solution, so clearly the need for a top creative midfielder is still huge. Now, if Firmin doesn't get enough playing time at Barca next season, Chelsea will immediately strike again. The question is, in your opinion, is Firmin suitable to be the new driving force of the Blues midfield?
Oh man, the Raheem Sterling drama is getting crazier. After failing to leave Chelsea last summer, Sterling apparently chose... Wait, he said he didn't want to just move, especially to Saudi Arabia, which had been chasing him. Sterling, who was bought for £50 million from City, has had a really bad career. At Arsenal last season, imagine, 28 games and only 1 goal. No wonder Enzo Maresca already dropped him from the first team plans. Now he's back at Chelsea, but not in the first team, man. Sterling is in the bomb squad. The club has tried to push him out, but no one is willing to take the risk. 3 Premier League clubs have been interested, but no deals have been reached by the deadline. Latest from Ben Jacobs is that Sterling still wants to stay in London, so he's likely to leave in January. The question is, do you think anyone will still be willing to gamble on Sterling?
Crazy, bro. Nicholas Jackson went so far as to move to Bayern Munich. This transfer almost fell through at first because Chelsea suddenly pulled the brakes after Liam Delap was injured. But it turns out Jackson was truly desperate. The story goes like this. Bayern and Chelsea had agreed to a loan plus obligation to buy deal worth £56 million. But then Chelsea suddenly raised the loan fee to £14.3 million. Bayern had second thoughts. Oh, and Jackson was even willing to take a cut of the money he was supposed to receive to keep the deal going. Imagine, bro, a young striker who usually chases his salary is making sacrifices to get out. He said he couldn't stand being at Chelsea anymore. And what's even hotter, Jackson could make his debut against his former club, Chelsea, in the Champions League at the Allianz Arena on September 17th. Do you think this is a crazy decision or a smart move by Jackson to save his career?
Bro, Troy Deeney has spoken out about Alejandro Garnacho. He said, don't expect Garnacho to be a weekly starter at Chelsea. Deeney even predicted his season stats, just 7 goals and 5 assists. Garnacho was just bought for £40 million from Manchester United, even though his price tag had reached £50 million. But Deeney's very doubtful. Will this young Argentine be a good fit for Enzo Maresca's system? Especially since he still has to compete with Jamie Gittins, Tyreke George, and Pedro Neto for the left wing position. What's even more exciting is that Garnacho himself said he chose Chelsea because he was inspired by his idol, Eden Hazard. He said Chelsea are world champions, which means they're the best club in the world. And his official debut, it could be against Brentford on September 13th. So bro, what do you think? Will Garnacho prove Deeney wrong, or will he live up to his predictions?
Bro, there's hot news about Marc Guehi. This Crystal Palace defender, also a former Chelsea player, was actually close to leaving for Liverpool on deadline day. But it fell through because Palace didn't have time to find a replacement. But here's the thing. Guehi's contract expires next season. That means he can leave for free next year, and the £35 million transfer fee that Palace originally paid him could be a substantial salary for the player. Now, here's the thing that's causing a stir. Chelsea are apparently still keeping tabs on Guehi to bring him back this summer. After all, he's a player from their own academy and homegrown. He's a perfect fit for the club's needs. There's just one problem, bro. His salary. If the asking price is too high, Chelsea might reconsider. So, in your opinion, should Chelsea go all out to bring Guehi back, or should they look for other options?
Bro,
There's some hot news about Pedro Neto in the international match. The Chelsea winger started for Portugal against Armenia, but only played half a half. Portugal won 5-0, but Neto was immediately substituted in the second half. Now, what's causing a stir are the media ratings. Media Portugal gave him a high score of 7.5. They said Neto was extraordinary, providing a cool assist for Cristiano Ronaldo and successfully teaming with Cancelo to wreak havoc on Armenia. His passing? 27 out of 28 successful. Insane! But Media Gold gave him a rating of 5. They said Neto lacked impact and was therefore replaced by Trinku. Wow, two very different assessments, bro. The question now is, do you think Neto deserves high praise or harsh criticism? Bro, Reece James is back in the headlines again. Playing against Andorra in a World Cup qualifier, England won 2-0, and James received major attention from the national media. He wasn't really tested at the back because the opposition was so one-sided, but his contribution going forward, crazy. James delivered a perfect cross to Declan Rice for the second goal. It was a typical James cross, one that left opposing defenders stunned. The Daily Express gave him an 8.0 rating, saying James was England's best attacking source. The Telegraph and BBC also agreed, giving him an 8.0 plus praise for his ball-playing skills. They even said James has seemingly locked down the starting right-back position under Thomas Tuchel. The question now, bro, if everyone is fit, who would you pick as England's starting center back? James, Trent, or Livre Montero?
Bro, this is exciting news. Injuries to the Chelsea squad could be a blessing in disguise because there's one name ready to get a bigger stage: Tyreek George. George was initially close to a move to Fulham on deadline day, but the deal fell through. And now, with Liam Delap injured, the door is wide open for George. Jessica Frada on the London is Blue podcast said George could be an option for Maresca to play as a false nine. Imagine João Pedro dropping back a bit and George up front. That could be an unexpected surprise. We know that last season, Maresca gave George several chances, especially when Jackson was out. And bro, he's showing his mentality. Fans have also liked his playing style. His energy is different. So maybe this good feeling isn't just optimism, but a genuine sign for his future. Do you think Tyreek George deserves to be Chelsea's emergency starter this season?